Hey guys, good morning. Dave Santarelli from Santarelli Trading Exchange. Let me get things pulled up here on the screen for you. We're having a nice day in the markets today, more new highs. We're going to start taking a look at Qualcomm in the trade room this morning. I was talking about Qualcomm and EA Sports. Qualcomm's continue to rise here. We just broke resistance on Qualcomm, so I'm expecting Qualcomm to be $100 a share by next week. So let me get this over here for you guys. Let's share the screen and let's get started. First off, let me go and share this link in the trade room. Take a look at Qualcomm to the right here. Alrighty, guys. So now let's take a look at Qualcomm here. We just broke 95.15 today, 1 minute. Take a look at the 6-month daily here. We had some resistance right at around 94.50, maybe up to 90, 95-ish. We broke that. We were in consolidation for a few weeks here on Qualcomm. Really didn't do too much. Just had that 1020 cross again. We're starting to climb. Our target on Qualcomm, let's spread this chart out a little bit longer here so you can kind of get the general picture here. We're going to be looking at a $100 target short term here for Qualcomm. Let me pull up the calendar, see when the next earnings date is coming up. Qualcomm, it's going to be on February 5th. So let's take a look at something like the February 21st monthly expo here. And guys, we're watching our Amazon trade. We have an Amazon spread that is expiring today. Obviously, you could see here since about 9:40 this morning, it's just in consolidation, tight range here. With Amazon, we're looking for a break above 1876.55. If we break above that, I'm probably going to be entering into a day trade and looking for a quick day trade on Amazon. If we break below 1871, I'm going to be exiting out of that spread. Okay, so it's about 10:30 now, an hour into the day. All we needed is about 15 bucks higher from where it's at this morning. It was on the right track here. So let's see what happens with that. I have an order ready to go on Amazon right here, just in case. And you guys should be prepared for that as well. Just make sure you put the buy to close, sell to close, your amount of contracts, type, call, January 17th Expo, and you're buying to close the 1890, selling to close the 1887.50, and a net credit price of whatever it's going at that time. So again, we're watching Amazon. We have to be ready to fill that order and execute that trade once we either break below that support for the day or break above that resistance. So keep an eye on that. Qualcomm here is still continuing to rise. I'm going to jump into a Qualcomm trade right now. So we're going to pull up the option chain, Qualcomm. Let's take a look at the February 21st. It's really starting to take off again. Let's get this ready. February 21st. Look at the 95. 95 is going for about 420, up 4% today. Let's see, 425. 10 contracts are going to be about $4,250. That's a nice trade, I think, for this. Let's take a look. 425 by 5, 430 now. Alrighty, let's jump in, see if we could get it filled for 425. Alrighty, I did just get filled at an average price of 425, and we're in. $4,250 trade, 10 contracts, February 21st, 95 strike call, and this is going into earnings. So be prepared for that. And we're going to be looking to take profits on this right when we get around $100 a share. If we want to go into earnings, we could keep a couple of contracts in, but I'd really like to lock in profits on the Qualcomm trade before they report their next earnings. So we're in the Qualcomm trade. Let me get in the trade room, type that in there. target is 100 a share prior to earnings. Our stop is going to be, let's take a look at the 3-month daily. Stop's going to be 93 a share. And obviously, let's take a look at the option chain here quick. If we paid 425, let's take a look at the delta here, the Greeks, and see what we're going to be looking for as far as the target price of this option goes. So we're looking for about a $5 climb higher. If we have our Qualcomm trades now in the green, up 2% already. So we have the 95 strike call for the February 21st. That is a delta of about 0.554. 0.554, multiply that by 5. So we're looking at an addition 277. We paid 425, right? 4.25. So we're looking at, we want to sell this for right around, let's say, 650 to 750 a contract. So if we pick this up for 425, we're looking for 650 to 750. So let's say $7. If we sell this for 7 divide that by 4.25, we're looking at a gain of around 64%. So that's a quick and easy way for you guys to know what you're looking for that trade. Let's say on the lower end here at the 650 target, 6.5, divide that by 4.25. We're looking at a 52%. So let's say between a 50 and 70% return we're looking for on the Qualcomm trade. So that's our target. Our target's going to be about $100 a share, or a target profit of 50 to 70% on that trade. I'm going to type that in the trade room now. Qualcomm, I am looking for a return between 50 to 70% if it reaches our target before earnings. Alrighty, we're in that trade. We're set, done. Amazon's here is falling below 1871. Let's see though if it holds and bounces off of that, or is going to continue to break lower for the day. Keeping an eye on that. Amazon trade's ready to go right here if we want to sell that. Let's see, space is still continuing to take off as well. SPCE, we are up about 11% on the space trade. So as you can see here on the space chart, SPCE, we had a nice breakout momentum, climbed really nicely off that 10 after it's been in consolidation for about a week or two here. And now it's looking, we have a first candle that's between the previous candle's body here. So we might be consolidating for a few days on space before that next breakout again. But looking really great. We have the SPCE April 17th 15 strike call, and that's going into their earnings. So that's looking good. We have a nice gain on that. Let that continue to run. And let's see. Disney, we picked up the February 21st 150 strike call going into earnings. I think earnings for that was on the 4th, was it? Let me take a look when Disney has their earnings. Disney has their earnings on February 4th. Yep. So that's looking good. Gilead's having a huge drop here. Take a look. I'm looking at the chart over to the right here of the screen. Here's the today 1 minute. Just continuing to break lower there. This morning that came up. They were buying the 63 strike call sweep on Gilead for today's expo. So that didn't go too well for them. Let's see. Amazon's still holding that 1871 as of right now. See what that continues to do. Smile Direct's having another big day here. Up about 5% for the day, up 63 cents. That looks like that's going to have another run here. That candle's looking great. Markets are pulling back a little bit here. Space still continuing to run. That Gilead's really dropping now. There must be some type of news on it. Let's go back to the today 1 minute. Take a look at that chart there. Gilead's just really breaking lower here. All right, let's see. Amazon. Sell that. Let me put in the price. 0.20 is the lowest. I'm gonna let that drop to. Still holding that 1871. If you guys have any questions you want to communicate, either in the chat room at the santarelliexchange.com or on the YouTube stream. Let me see a few more people commenting here. Efron, good morning. Skyjack says thoughts on HD. HD, that's looking really good, Jack. Up to 240. So as you guys can see on this chart right here, here's an HD chart we made a few weeks ago. Consolidation from January 9th until the 15th. And then on the 16th, 17th, breaking out, nice climb, 235 first target now that we broke through this resistance at 230. So we broke that resistance at 230. Our next target resistance is going to be 235, and then we're going to be looking at around 240. So between 235, 240, Jack, if you're making a trade on HD, I would get some calls going out to at least the February 21st monthly expo, and then I would be looking at a target of 235 to 240 to lock in those profits on HD. Stefan says RL thoughts. Let's take a look at RL quick. RL 121.53. First off, let me put my Amazon chart over here if I can have that up. Alrighty. I don't like how Amazon there is getting up to that 10, failing now, heading lower. So, watch that because in the next few minutes here, that might give us a sell signal. All right, back to RL, Ralph Lauren. It's at some resistance right at about here between 120 and 122. That's a resistance area. We could break through that. We could be looking at 130 easily. Let's see what they're saying about Ralph Lauren. Retail sector's pretty tough. Gap just said they're not going to be doing that spin-off of Gap Kids. Can you guys hear me fine today? How's the sound quality? So on Ralph Lauren, they're saying average price target 125.22, which is about a 3% upside from right here. High 150, low 102. See when they were Buy 11, 11. RL, Ralph Lauren. Let's see, who was asking about that? Zamboni's still talking about XLNX. We'll take a look at that over to the right here, XLNX. Still thinking about a possible trade on Ralph Lauren there. I like that chart. I like the analyst recommendations on that. All right, Amazon. I'm going to have to sell this trade out. Not doing what I wanted it to do. Give it one more minute here. And if it does start to climb today, I'll just day trade it. Ralph Lauren, let's take a look here at the calendar, see when the next earnings date is going to be. RL. February 4th. See what the option chain looks like. Let me bring up a different one instead of using the Amazon one there. Stefan, are you in an RL trade, Ralph Lauren trade, or are you just asking for a recommendation on it? My thoughts. Options for it are pretty cheap going into earnings. Let's see what the implied move is going to be. So 8.48% is the implied move on RL. Here is the implied move monthly for RL going into earnings for February 21st. 8.48. 0.0848 multiply that by 121.51. That's a move up or down of about $10.30. $10.30. That's going to bring you up to around 130, 132. You pick up the 120 strike at about 610. You're looking at a, let's say, uh, 10, divide that by 6.1. So that'd be about a 64% gain you'd be looking for with Ralph Lauren if it has that implied move and gets up to around 130. Which, like I said, 130, that's going to be your second target resistance area. Your first one's going to be right around 125. So, Stefan, if you were looking at a trade on Ralph Lauren, that's what I would go with. I'd be going with the February 21st, the 120 strike call at $6.10 a contract. What's that, Marco? See. CME. CME's looking really great there. Colon contracting. Not a bad setup. You're looking for 216 on CME if you're going to enter on that. No problem, Stefan. Glad I could help. Marco, what is it that you were talking about there? That is what I just said, but Dave didn't look at that. Yeah, Ralph Lauren looks great. If you're talking about Comcast, let's take a look quick. First off, XLNX for Zamboni. That's looking great there. Had consolidation for a while. Still holding above that 20 SMA, which was been and has been acting as support and resistance. Let's see, XLNX, I'd be looking for about 110. But that'd have to be a trade for 3+ months out if I was going to pick that up. Definitely want a little bit more time with that. It's been pretty flat here, not moving too much. Tight spread there between where it's been trading for the past several months, going back to September of last year. So that one at least 3 months plus out till Expo if you were going to pick that up. Amazon now is just trying to get above the 10 SMA on the today 1 minute chart. Keep an eye on that. Microsoft. Let's take a look at Microsoft. That's been one that I really would like to make a swing trade on. But if you could see here, here's the first candle, you know, kind of dropping here, pulling back from the highs. If I was to do that, that would also be a February 21st monthly expo going into earnings. I'd probably pick up the 165 strike call on that. If I was going to get a trade on Microsoft, it'd be the 165 strike call for the February 21st expo. But not looking at that just right yet. Still have that Qualcomm trade we just made. Now Microsoft's turning red there for the day. Amazon just got up to the 20 SMA. Let's see if it can break through that or if it's going to fail head lower. If it is, I'm going to exit out of that for around 17 cents a contract. But so far looking okay. Let's see it continue to run there. Space is looking great. Nice run on Space today. Let's see here. Comcast, you guys were talking about. We could take a quick look at Comcast. CMCSA. That one's pulling back there a little bit as well. If you guys were in that Comcast trade that Paula brought up in the trade room the other day, I'd be looking to sell that now. Nice profits on that. Take a look at that Pinterest trade that you guys were talking about in the trade room. Another nice climb on that. So that's going to be looking at about 25. First target resistance. That still looks like it's climbing really nicely, though. Look at that. It's nice hook pattern. Longer term hook. 1020 cross. First candle is above the 1020. Now 50. Continuing to break higher there. And that's the cycle and phase we want to jump in on. That breakout momentum right there from about January 7th until now. January 7th was a nice entry there. I think Paula even got in a little bit before that. Nice trade though, from about 19 bucks all the way up to about 24 today. Perfect trade on that. Space is still continuing to climb here. SPCE, that's looking great. We still have our trade on that. Looking ready for a next breakout. If we could break above $16 a share next week, then there's a good possibility that we may hit $20 next week. So keep an eye on that. We first have to break that 1610. We could break that 1610. Good chance we could continue to run there. Amazon just got up to that 20. It's starting to fail. AMZN. Let's take a look at that today. 1 minute. That's holding on the 20 pretty well. Consolidating though for a few days. That might start to run next week. See what it does here. If it breaks below that 10, I'm probably just going to sell it now. And then I'll look for some day trades for today. Make back the loss on the Amazon trade. Breaking below that 10 now. I have the option chain ready to go right here. Should I sell? Marco says, Dave, you are awesome. Thanks for being the best ever. Love these videos. Such great ideas. Thank you. You're welcome, Marco. Thank you for being with us for such a long time. Love having you guys with us live each day. I'm going to get rid of this Amazon trade here. Not liking the look of that. Got up to that 20, failed, heading lower now. See, since this morning here. We talked about that 170. As soon as it broke below that 171, it's just been in BDM. Guys, if you liked the video, please give it a like and share it on social media. Zamboni says, yes, Dave, I enjoyed the videos as well. Stefan says, I could not agree more with Marco. Thanks, Dave. Zamboni says, thanks for the service. You're welcome, guys. Guys, our app is live on the App Store now. If you guys want to go download it, you could go either on the Apple iOS App Store and search Breaking Chart Alerts, or you could go to Google Android, what is it, the Play Store, and you could do a search for Breaking Chart Alerts, and it'll come up there. So you download that, and then once you guys sign up for BreakingChartAlerts.com, you'll be able to either use the app or the site. It's going to be same login info, same password for the app and for the site. That's why we did it the way we did it. So you guys could have two services basically for the price of one. Whether you are trading from your cell phone, you're at work, and you need that cell phone app, that's perfect for you guys. And if you need help, just let me know there. But thanks, guys. I appreciate the support. Alrighty, let's see here. Amazon's still holding that 1870 area pretty well. Let's see what it does here. I want to do some day trading today. If you guys see anything that's making a nice move that's breaking out while I'm watching our current trades here, just let me know in the trade room, and we could definitely jump in and start trading that. Space is taking off again, up 15% on that, up 600 bucks for the day on Space. I was gonna say, you want to say hello? No. Alrighty, let's see. Can you guys still hear me pretty fine? I hit the pause button on the mic there. I'm not sure if it's the sound is still on. If you guys could hear me fine, let me know. Let's see. Marco, can you still hear me? Okay, good. Thank you, Mark. Perfect. Great. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, so let's see. Yeah, it's pretty sideways. Not too much going on today. I mean, the Dow's up around 40 points. Nasdaq's up around 6, 7. S&P's up about 6. Still not too much happening just yet, though. Amazon's breaking lower here. I'm going to sell that right here. We'll sell it for, see, we'll get 14 for it, 14 cents. Order status, live, change. Go down to 13. Get rid of that quick. What's that? Alrighty, guys, you should be able to hear me fine now, right? I had that other one on. No echo. Echo's gone. I'm just going to get rid of that Amazon. Let's see. 12 cents. It completed. Sold that. Here is the order status. We just closed out the Amazon trade. Wasn't happy with that, guys. Sold it for, what did it sell for? 12 cents. Sold that out for 12 cents. Let's look for some other trades now. Make back. We had a loss on that trade of, took a $2,200 loss on that Amazon trade there. But we've been up about 6,000 for the week, so rather cut that one there. Look for the next trade. They said back to normal, no more echo. Great. Walmart. What was the news I just heard on Walmart? Wow, Walmart's got a huge candle there. Take a look at Walmart. Some type of news just came out. Having a move. Walmart, big news here. Something. popped up. See, I had to buy some. All right, I just entered into a small trade on Walmart as a day trade. I got the 115 strike put. I'm already up 27% on that. 66%. I just made this trade, guys, literally 2 seconds ago. I'm up 70%. The So Walmart's chief merchant Steve Bratspies is leaving company management to name Dakota Smith CEO of U.S. stores. So quick gain on that. Let's see. Let's see if I can sell it for 12 cents. Sell it close. Wait for that a little bit here. 10 by 12. See for 11. 10 by 11. Close. There we go. Just sold the Walmart trade. That was a really quick trade. I literally just got in that, not even a minute into it, and I closed it out here. Sorry if that was a little too quick for you guys, but had to take advantage. I mean, literally, she's still dropping though, so if you still got into that, it's looking fine. That was a really nice quick trade though that you can make on that breaking news like that. Let me show you what we did on that. Let's see, gains and losses. So I'm going to show you today's gains and losses. You'll see the Amazon trade there, and then you'll see the Walmart trade. There's no other traders that show you their losses too like this. Look at that. There's the 17th. Amazon trade was a losing trade there. There's that spread, the first two. You see 20 contracts, 20 contracts. Lost about 2,300 bucks on that. Realized gain for the day is a loss of 2,000 bucks. Walmart trade we got in 7 cents, sold it at 11.11. Divide that by 0.07. That's a quick 57.14% gain we made on the Walmart trade in literally about 30 seconds. Now let's look for another day trade. Let's build this account. Let's get out of that red for the day. So let's see if we can make about 2 more grand today. Get us out of the red. Big week though we've had. We're still in the green for the week. Andrew, I really don't use level 2. I've tried it over the years. Just, for me, I like following my trade plan. You know, other people like to use level 2. And it's fine. You got to use what's best for you. But for me, I just like sticking with the trade plan. I like using the SMAs, RSI, MACD, and then seeing what the general market's doing and trading off the news. As a quick, swift profit on Walmart. Now let's look for that next trade here. Qualcomm starting to rise again. Qualcomm today, 1 minute, starting to take off. 1020 crosses just happening now on Qualcomm today, 1 minute chart. Let's see. If you could see Amazon right here, it's still holding above that 10. If we get that 1020 cross on Amazon, as you guys can see, the MACD crossed, and it's starting to look really nice here on Amazon. So I might jump into a day trade on Amazon here. Not too sure. Let me see what the general market's doing on the chart above. Diamond Qs. Uh, Diamond's pulling back a little bit right now. Just dropping below the 1020.50. Qs holding. Qs could break that 50 SMA on it today, 1 minute. QQQ. Might enter into Amazon then. Just looking for some good day trades, guys. I'm watching the scanners, watching the watch list, seeing if anything pops up here. Halliburton, March 20th, 26 call sweep coming in. 1,500 contracts at 60 cents. GE, General Electric, option alert, January 24th, 12 strike put. Sweep coming in, about 2,900 contracts, 25 cents. 2,900 by 25, that's about a $72,000 trade. Apple, option alert, January 24th, 310 strike put sweep coming in. So there's some put sweeps coming in now on tech. So we're just holding off here, seeing what the market's going to do. We're going to be looking for some swing trades, or some day trades. We got our swing trade on Qualcomm. Let's see what EA's doing. That's one we were looking at this morning. Wow, what a climb there on EA. Look at that breakout. Would love to get on EA. We might make a trade on that now for next week's expo. Or not next week's, February 21st. I just don't like the candle for that today, though. I think we could get a better entry. Let me see here, back to the YouTube feed. Let's see. Anthony, he's asked, what do I use for scanners? Honestly, what I'm using, I'm looking at the upgrades, downgrades, unusual option activity, price changes, target initiations. If I'm doing a certain scan with the tools indicators, I'm looking at a 10-20 cross on a daily, and then I'm looking with my trade plan and seeing if it's a good entry or not. And that's really it. And then I have another scan for percenters, the largest percentage movers. Um, the top sectors over here to the right. I always like looking at the sectors because you could get some good shift in sector rotation that you could take advantage of once you see that happening. Like right now, let's see, past 13 weeks, it's really been all about healthcare has been taking off. Healthcare and tech are the two top. Tech is up about 19%, 13% change, or 13-week change percentage wise is up about 19%, and healthcare is up over 15% over a 13-week change percentage wise. So if we take a look at healthcare, let's see the top performers there are healthcare facilities. Healthcare facilities, medical equipment and supplies, and biotechnology and drugs. And this is right off this chart right here. So here's one of the scans I do. I always like looking at sectors. And then if we click on one of these sectors here, let's say we want technology. We click on technology. It's going to tell us the subcategories here, subsectors. Let's take a look at the best one here, outperforming. Communications equipment's doing really well, up over 25% over the past 13 weeks. Office equipment's not doing too bad. Computer hardware is looking good. So let's take a look at communications equipment. It's up 25.16% over the past 13 weeks. So now that we clicked on that, now you can see here's all the stocks within that subsector of communications equipment. So now we could take a look. Zoom's been doing incredibly well. Percent since close, that one's up quite a bit. Zoom, take a look at Zoom. Now see, here's one. So that Zoom, it's up 22% since yesterday. So take a look now. Bring that up over here. Amazon just had that 10-20 cross for the first time today, guys. Take a look at Amazon here chart. 1020 cross, first candle above, it's starting to break out here. That's looking to be a nice day trade. If we could break above 1870, let's say 1870.50, then we could have a nice climb there. I'm looking for that candle above the 50. We do that, we could have a nice climb for the day and make some quick profits on an Amazon call. So going back though, Zoom, let's put that over here, ZOOM. So that just came up on the subsector of the communications equipment on the sector scanner we were just looking at. So let's take a look at that 6-month daily. You can see we just had that 1020 cross. It's up 22.44% for the day, up 35 cents, $1.91. You can see just a couple of days ago it was up to 290 a share. And like I said, we just had the 1020 cross, and as you can see, it's following our trade plan. Here is the first candle above the 1020 on the 9th. First candle above the 1020.50, and then as it continued to break out, it pulled back, retraced back down to that 10 on the 16th, and at that 10 it held the next day. We didn't get that confirmation candle for a break below and possibly start into BDM. It's been holding that 10. That's a confirmation candle today. So if it were me personally and I wanted to make a trade on Zoom based on that subsector we were just looking at that's been outperforming for the past 13 weeks, what I'd be looking at here is picking this up and having about a $2.75 to $3 target on that short term. So that's how I kind of like to do things here. You see the trade plan, you see what's breaking out, what's looking good. We could go back to this sector here. Walmart still moving lower there. Shares at the lows of the day. Let's take a look at Walmart WMT. Still breaking low there, 115.27. That's on a 6-month daily. Here we go. Big breakdown here. See how it got up to that 20, that blue 20 SMA? Started to head lower. Now, if it could break below this candle right here at 1101, break below that, we're going to head to new lows for the day on Walmart. So keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at the 6-month daily. Just had news. They're shaking up management there a little bit. So let's move out to a 1-year chart. You can see we're right at support right now, going all the way back to 7/16 of 2019. Going back to 8/16 of 2019, and then it became support at the 9/9 of 2019. So September 9, 2019, it broke above that resistance, and then it started acting as support. Coming down, held, climbed, came down, held, support, and started to climb again. Here again on the 10/3/19, October 3rd, 2019. Had breakout, it came right back down to that support area, and it held it and continued to climb. That's why it's really important with our trade plan. Know that support resistance area and know that trade plan. Look for that 1020 cross, look for those candles above, and look for the confirmation. And those of you that need help with the trade plan or really want to do some coaching, you could just let us know, and I'd be glad to help you guys out this weekend. Just shoot me a message either on here on the live chat if you're interested in the live classes. We could do one-on-one classes if you want that, either in the trade room or on the live chat, and I could get you signed up for that. Alrighty here. So back to the subsectors here. The sectors. Take a look. Conglomerates. Very finicky there. Alright, let's see. 3-month performance. TXT. Let me look over here. TXT. Now see that TXT here, if we pull that up that we just took a look at there, TXT Textron, take a look at this. So we had base support at around 42 bucks, right? So we had base support at around 42 bucks back in what's that? August 29th of 2019. Tesla just made a tweet. Okay, so as you can see here, 1020 cross looking good. MACD cross starting to climb there, looking good. and we have the first candle above the 10, 20, 50 there, and we could have a next target resistance there of around 48 bucks. So nice climb there. And then if you wanted to hold it longer term, we could look at around 55. So 9-point climb possible on TXT. Earnings coming up on that, and that's something you can look at as a longer term trade. When I say longer term, I'm talking about 3 months plus out till Expo. So take a look at that, and if that interests you, you could jump into a trade on that. Any other questions? Anything else you guys want to go over? Cisco, Friday, 48 call sweep coming in. Let's see Cisco. Looking for something to day trade here. See Cisco now looks like it's going to retrace for a few days here on the daily chart. So if it were me, I'd be looking at some. They're buying calls. I'd be buying some puts. S&P futures are pulling back here a bit. Let's take a look at the SPY. Maybe we could jump in a day trade. Buy some puts on that. That's a big pullback right there. Let's see what's the general market doing. Dow selling off here. Maybe we could jump into some SPY puts for the day. Or some diamond puts. DIA. That's breaking lower here. That could be a quick little profit. It's lunch. It's going into lunchtime though, so the markets are probably going to be pretty flat. Tesla, the 700 call sweep coming in. What's Tesla at now? 510, down about $5 for the day. That's crazy. 700 call sweep. All right, Diamond's still heading lower here, so let's focus on this one now. 293 strike put, going for about 45 cents. 44. I don't mind picking that up quick. Small trade. I'm in that, guys. I just got the 293 strike put on Diamond for today's Expo. Picked it up for 41 cents a contract. Let me put that in the trade room here. That's just going to be a day trade here. And again, that's a day trade. Diamond 293 strike put for today's Expo as a day trade in at 0.41 a contract. Okay, we're green on that trade. I already got a profit. Just hold on to that now. Let me put my sectors back up here so I can see my screens. Alrighty, so we already got about a 10% gain on the diamond puts. Did you guys jump in those? Could just keep watching that here. What you're watching for is getting up to that 10, failing, heading lower. So right now it's in consolidation. We want to break below. There she goes. Drop it again. Let's see that next BDM phase here. That's just going to be something we're probably going to hold over the next hour or two as we go into the lunch hour here and the markets kind of flatten out a bit. Facebook above 221. Google's having a hell of a day today. 1461 up about $11, 0.75%. Amazon really wants to start to climb, but it's not doing anything yet. Diamond puts up 9%, 11%, 13% after that drop. And there's a quick $150 on the diamond puts we just got. So the other trade that we had made $180. on the Walmart trade. This one's up about 150. So you could see if we just keep looking for these trades here, we could take a knock at that Amazon loss that we had and just make that back today if we wanted to. Just being patient, watching for these setups. Dow is almost in the red for the day. Nasdaq's in the red now. Dow's only up about $3, expecting that to turn red shortly. In the markets continue to drop a little bit here into the lunch hours. Hmm? Guys, if you're not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go to our channel, click the subscribe button, click the bell to get notified. If you click the bell to get notified, that's going to give you an alert and a notification on your cell phone as well and email when we are live. So please do that if you're not. Subscribe, click the bell. Yeah. Yeah, guys, give this a thumbs up too. We got 50 people watching right now, so give this a thumbs up if you like these live videos, please. Space still looking good. Qualcomm's just pretty flat from that run. Looking to start to climb again. TXT over here. Amazon. Diamond just got up to that 10 failing, pulling lower again. That one's just going to be, one that you just have to be patient on, wait for those minutes. Follow that trade plan. Let's see. Pin is in the red now. Susan said, Susan, are you in a Pinterest trade that Paula made when was it, last week? I would definitely take profits on that one. Mario Vanilla says, you're the best, Dave. These live videos are great. Thank you, Mario. If you like it, give it a thumbs up for me. That means a lot. And like I said, if you guys want, you could uh, go on the App Store now, either Apple or Android. Go to the App Store, breaking chart alerts. You could download that app and you could sign up. It's going to give you a 7-day free trial to try that out. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate it. Susan, you're not in the Pinterest trade. I wish I was too. I saw them talking about it in the trade room. I mean, Paula got in that back really early. I think on the 6th or 7th. That's a nice trade. No problem, Raffalo. See. There goes the Dow dropping again, back up 10% on our diamond puts. 12% gain on our diamond puts. Probably lock that in around 30%. Once we get there, 30 to 50%, I'll be looking for the diamond puts. We're up about $130 on that now, which is nothing. You know, let's see, we're up 13% on it now, 14%, 15%. Quick $200. Diamond's still continuing to drop. The markets are pulling back now. The diamond puts are in the green. Looking great. 15% gains. Let's see. Nicholas Mulhern says thoughts on QQQ. Let's take a look at the Qs. He said it seems to be in BDM on the 1 minute today chart. So let's look at the 1 minute today chart. It's definitely in BDM. So as you can see here, it broke out this morning, had a nice climb. It retraced back down to that 20 here. It held the 20 for a bit, got up to the 10, failed, got up. It's tried breaking out here, was in consolidation for a while, broke out for what, 15 minutes here, back down to the 50. It was a pretty flat day, and then you had the 10 crossing below the 20 right here, and you broke below that support for the day. You broke below 222.45, and after that candle right there at 11:11 a.m., just continued to break lower there. BDM got up to that 10, failed, and at 11:21 it started to break lower again. So now if you're looking for a reversal on Qs, you're looking at 222.31. You get a candle above 222.31, it might start to climb there. So right now it's in BDM though, breaking below that 10 and confirm BDM there, Nicholas. look at the support here though. You have some strong support right around 222.13ish, 222.10. So keep an eye on that. Diamond puts are doing really well. Market's continuing to break down here. Let me put the fan on a little slower. There we go, guys. We're now up 17% on our diamond puts, up $200 on that small trade. That was literally $1,000 trade. So quick 20% on that. 200 bucks. Qs are heading lower there, Nicholas. Eduardo Sanchez said he's playing the January 24th 3310 calls AVGO. Any feedback? Let's take a look. Broadcom. Let's take a look first at the 6-month daily. Eduardo, it's in BDM, so if you're buying calls, not sure what to say. It has some support right at 300. It breaks below that 300. She's probably going to drop much further there. So some support at 300. It's in BDM. If you bought the calls, really can't give too much guidance on that since it is in BDM, and it looks like it's going to head lower here. Is that an earnings trade on Broadcom, Eduardo, or is that just a short-term swing trade you picked up? Users starting to climb there, Nicholas, on a today 1 minute. Getting that candle above that 10, 20. Keep an eye on that. If you're looking to make a day trade, you have that MACD cross. I'm still in the diamond puts. They're still in the green. Holding on to those into the lunch. Still not optimistic about the markets going into the weekend here. Had a nice climb this week at new highs this morning. Pulled back a little bit. Let's see. Mario's asking about Apple. Let's see. Look at Apple. Does it look like it's going to drop? Let's take a look at the Apple 6-month daily. AAPL. Let's go to the 3-month daily here. So let's draw on this, and I'm going to show you guys what to look for. So if we get the rectangle here, you guys know our trade plan, those of you that have been with us. So here's our consolidation box with Apple. It's been doing that for the past. It will be. It takes usually it's got about a 15-second delay. So here we go here. And there's a consolidation there, Mario, for Apple. So how this works now, so what I would be doing is if you get the next break above this consolidation box, so if you break above 317.88, That's when I'd be adding and buying some calls and looking for something like 30 days out with Expo for that break out above that consolidation box. Now, if it doesn't break that 317.88 and let's say it heads lower here, if you get a candle below 309.80, that's when I'd be buying some puts and looking for a pullback possibly to 300. So that's what you're watching for right now. It's just in consolidation, for the past 5 days here. So just watching that, just trading between 310 and 317ish for the past few days. So just got to keep an eye on that. Won't do anything with Apple yet. Now, if you're looking long-term Apple, I like Apple long-term. But as the short term here for the next, week to 3 months out or next month out, we just got to play it by day here what the market's doing. Qualcomm starting to get a nice break here. Take a look at Qualcomm today, 1 minute. That's looking really nice on a daily chart here. That looks like that's starting the next breakout momentum cycle after being in consolidation for a bit. Just broke above resistance. That's looking really great there with Qualcomm. And like I said, we have the Qualcomm February 21st 95 strike call going into earnings. So that's something we just got to watch and hold for. Like we're down right now on it 7%. Down $305 on that. I was up, 300 earlier. So that's one that's, we got about what 4,200 bucks in that. Yeah, $4,250 in that trade. And that's going to be one I said we were looking between a 50 and 70% profit on. So that it's still looking great with our trade plan, even though you're down 7%, 300 bucks on it now. If you got those 10 contracts for 4,200 bucks, you just you gotta take out that emotion and stay disciplined. Follow that trade plan. Looks great there, and if we get another green candle on that on Monday, I'm probably gonna add another 5 contracts to it and bring it up to around a $7,500 trade, $6,000 trade right around there. Facebook option alert below here, January 24th, 220 call sweeps coming in. Let's see if Facebook's starting to move. Maybe we can make a day trade on that. See, to me, Facebook looks like it's going to pull back to around 218. You got the first candle that's below the previous candle's body, and that's a sign that we might retrace back down to that 10 or 20 SMA. I think the 10 is realistic here. I don't think it's going to pull back all the way down to 213. About an 8-point drop. I think the 10 right around 218 might be fine before it starts to climb again. Qualcomm, take a look here today, 1 minute. Another nice climb there. 1020 cross, climbing, looking good there. Qualcomm trades now only down 100 bucks, only down 3%. So you see the swings there that you have, now only down 2%. Now it's almost green. So you see how things go and you just you can't trade off of emotion. And I think you guys see that's why we do so well here is we're following and sticking with our trade plan and taking profits when we're reaching our target resistance areas and selling out of the trades when they go against us. And that's important to control your losses and lock in profits when you have them and they reach your targets. You don't want to be greedy, let those profits go, and then the next day they have a pullback and those profits are gone. Looking good there. Any other questions you guys have? Alrighty, guys, we're gonna wrap it up now. Head to lunch. During the lunch hour here, if you guys have any questions, I'm gonna be in the trade room, santorelliexchange.com. Like I said, if you want to go sign up for the app, go sign up for the app. It's in the App Store, breaking chart alerts. And any questions, feel free to message us in the chat or on the business Facebook page. And guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to us, and click that bell to get notified when we go live next. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to end this now. I'm going to be in the trade room, and if you have any questions, I'll be in there. Alrighty, guys, take care, and see you shortly. We'll be looking for some day trades in the afternoon here. Take care, guys.